It's Friday. Got to get down on Friday. And I swear to God, I will never, ever reference that stupid song here on Good Morning Pop Culture again. So if you got my thinly veiled Rebecca Black reference, good morning. It's Friday, August the 3rd, 2018, and this is Good Morning Pop Culture. This has been a crazy week for us here at World Class Bullshitters. We've had a ton of successful Good Morning Pop Cultures. We had one of the best high councils. And finally, last night, we had an incredible World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that episode out, please do. We talked about Terminator 6. We played a little game called Explain a Film Plot Badly. We went through 90 minutes of pure insanity. So press F if you caught that last night when we went live. Also, when we went off the air, we recorded World Class Bullshitters After Hours, where we, talk about extra stuff off air for the patrons. And again, we just hit that one out of the park. It's been a lot of fun here on World Class Bullshitters. So let's see who we got here. All right, wow. Good morning to everybody. Morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, thank you. Yes, it is Friday. Thank you, Abomino, everyone. Super chat already from Mareth Dialine. Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Shitter. Have you seen Jaffardi on YouTube? Funny stuff. Yes, I have. It's the Jeopardy parody where every word is Jeff. Somebody sent that to me when I was at the gym once, and I was in the locker room, and I just started laughing. I couldn't. It's hilarious. Long story short, I absolutely love that video. So maybe it's my ego talking, but I love hearing my name said that many times in one video. And let's be honest, I'm probably never going to go on Jeopardy. Not that I don't have the skill, just don't have the time. My mom always says, well, you should go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And I'd love to, but I think you have to go through a screening process, and they're never around here. So I don't know. If they're ever around, I'll attempt to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That could be a lot of fun, because who wants to be a millionaire? Everybody. Haven't had any coffee yet, Bonobi, so I'm just waiting for that stuff to brew. Let's see where we are in terms of the... Wow, 186 viewers in 3 minutes. That's a new lap record. Wow, people must really, really be excited for me to talk about Rogue One's douchey writer taking a pot shot at the fans again. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that. I have our bad comic book art for today. Actually, I have two pieces of art because they're both so offensive. I thought, what the hell? Plus, I want to help cleanse our palates from yesterday's Terminator image reveal. So you know what? We're already at 200 viewers. So no more introductions. Let's get to the main topic. So this piece of news comes from our good buddies at Bleeding Cool. It just sucks to say it. This comes from bleedingcool.com. Rogue One co-writer is disgusted by the fans' treatment of Rian Johnson. So I'm not really going to read you the introduction because we know how us, the fans, treat Rian Johnson. We're angry for a bad movie. Well, these people still don't seem to get it 8 months after the damn thing comes out, and they're still doubling down on this agenda. I think it would have been smart if Gary Whitta would have kept his mouth shut, because now this is just more gasoline on the dumpster fire that is Star Wars from Disney, and that probably is going to hurt the Episode 9 box office. When Episode 9's box office does eventually tank, trust me, I'm going to make a point-by-point video where every asshole has ever attacked the fans, and we place blame on each person individually for the failure of Star Wars as a whole. So this is the quote from Gary Whitta. I think what you mean by when you say the fans is actually a very noisy minority of fans. Look, I would not necessarily have made every choice that Rian made because I'm not the same person or writer or fan that he is, but I respect and admire and appreciate and support every choice he did make. The film he wrote is far braver and more mature and more challenging than I could ever have written. I suspect that I would have... I'm sorry, that was just some pure bullshit. Let me get back to this. I suspect that I would have written a more fan service driven film that would have appeared or would have appeased some of the noisy minority, but ultimately would have been lesser and less important film because of it. Frankly, I'm disgusted by the treatment that Ryan has received. He's not just one of the most talented filmmakers working today, but one of the nicest people you could ever hope to meet in any walk of life, and both he and the film he made deserve far better. No, Gary Whitta, you're wrong. Yeah, you can have a wrong opinion. I'm just flat out calling this dude wrong. So let's break this down for a moment. A very noisy minority of fans, to the tune of $700 million less. So let's break down how much $700 million would be per ticket and figure out that's how many fans were this small minority. I mean, most movies don't even make $700 million, but Star Wars was so big that it can drop that much and still have dickheads like this praise it as a success. So Gary also says that he's not the same writer that he is, but you respect and admire and appreciate every choice he made. That is just spin. Now, he didn't write a far braver or more mature or challenging film. Again, this is all deflection from them. It's them versus us mentality. I have never met a single person that says, I didn't like I didn't like The Last Jedi because it was too complex. I didn't like The Last Jedi for a multitude of reasons, but its complexity was not one of them because it's not a very complex film. It's very pandering and poorly made. It has technical gaffes. It has a really, really thin story. It reeks almost like it was made after a first draft of the film was written. Now, the fan service-driven film, well, people seem to like Rogue One a lot more. So that movie's been out for almost 2 years, and people don't look at it and go, oh, it sucks, and it sucks because it's not brave enough. No, people seem to genuinely like it. So, and I like it just less because I was hyped from it not being episode 7. And he's disgusted by the treatment that Ryan has received because he's such a nice person. Well, such nice people don't say the stupid shit to the fans that dislike their movie. It's like these people don't have a spine. You got to develop a spine, a stiff upper lip, whatever you want to say. Rian Johnson doesn't have a set on him that can handle criticism. People aren't criticizing him to hurt his feelings. They're criticizing a film they dislike, and the guy constantly shits on us as fans. So you guys know the story. We've been covering it for a while. We've all been living it for the last 8 months. But Gary Whitta, this person who co-wrote Rogue One, is trying to take fans to task one last time. They're trying to make Rian Johnson a martyr. Now, my question to you guys is this an attempt to garner sympathy for Rian Johnson, to feel out if people really want his trilogy, or do you think it's just stupid spin and bullshit? I, for one, say it's stupid spin and bullshit, and I won't be duped by any Rian Johnson trilogy or any Gary Whittas of the world. We had a very, very generous hold on. First off, we had another super chat roll in from our friend Blasted Heath. Thank you very much for your 666. Don't worship Satan, kiddies. Don't worry. Thank you very much, though. Who else did we have pop up? So we had a very, very generous super chat from James S. Thank you, James S. They can call us whatever they want, but at the end of the day, we pay them. They are dependent upon us. When they finally realize it, it'll be too late and we'll already have moved on to something better. James, your statement has nothing but the truth in it. People are already moving to other things. People have their interests pointed in other directions. For me personally, the money that I could have spent on Star Wars merchandise or video games or things like that had been focused on this channel or just not consuming anything created by Disney. Picked up some DC stuff over the last couple of months. No support to Disney whatsoever. It's like every time one of these people open their mouth, a wallet closes. I think that's the best way to look at it, because these are all consumer transactions. Let's not forget that the customer is always right. Not necessarily in the terms of everything they say is 100% accurate, but they always can dictate what's successful and what isn't. So thank you, James. And yeah, I'm going to be interested to see where these people are, I don't know, 5 years from now, 2023. Star Wars is basically alive through the Disney theme park and the original trilogy. The Clone Wars came back and went away. The Disney streaming service is doing its own thing. I would love for the next great Disney failure to be the streaming service, to show them that their unlimited power is not good for anyone involved. I hope that they have another failure. I hope that they have another 1980s. I don't really need them to have another Renaissance era. I just need Disney to realize that they're not the greatest thing since sliced bread. They're not untouchable. Star Wars isn't untouchable, and the next Disney franchise isn't untouchable. Tomorrowland was a failure. Wrinkle in Time was a failure. Disney has dealt with failures, and hopefully the streaming service is the next one. But thank you, James S. I appreciate that. Chris Scheimer, thank you for your super chat. While we are on the subject, Jeff, what are your feelings about the Vader scenes in Rogue One? Do you know what the other guys thought about it? Overall, we all like Rogue One, and we overall like the Vader scene. You're talking about the one on the Star Destroyer, or the Tantive 4, or whatever ship it would be. My only complaint with it is Vader does all this cool shit, and then in the next scene, he's just walking around being intimidating. Now, I prefer him not doing anything, because when he starts choking the guy, breaks his neck, and then he whips out the force choke and stuff like that, it makes Vader's power more impressive. Overall, I like the scene. I'm not going to say, oh, I hate the scene or I hate this movie because of Gary Whitta's stupid comments. It just makes me dislike Rian Johnson that much more because now he has people covering for him. But the Rogue One Vader scene's cool. I don't like the "Don't Choke on Your Aspirations" director, and I also don't like James Earl Jones's voice. I don't think it was modulated well enough. He's older. I understand that. I'm not going to critique him for aging. That's how everyone is. But I feel like the people in the post-production department should have lowered the pitch and made it sound exactly like, well, the original Star Wars movies, because it takes place the same day. There's no artistic license to alter to make it your own. This is the timeline, and you need to stick to it 100%. No alterations. So thank you, Chris. Uh-oh, we got some muff talk already from the Grand Inquisitor. How about some blueberry muffins for breakfast? Well, I actually did have breakfast because I got this new weightlifting routine, so I got to eat a little more often. Not 6 meals a day, but whatever. But I didn't have muffins today for breakfast. I had protein, ham and eggs and bacon. Saltiness. Chris Shimer says, dad jokes don't fly, even in Star Wars. Well, thank you, Chris. I agree 100%. It goes to shit. Like, you can get the dads in the theater, but you don't need to pander to them with the humor. Just, show them Vader and lightsabers and X-Wings and TIE fighters, and they're there. They're 8 years old again. Well, the thing is, I didn't realize that Ben Burtt wasn't involved with these new movies. I guess because they just recycle all the work he did. And I just didn't notice it. Much like in episode 7, when you watch the credits, it says music by John Williams, and then there's another guy listed. So I think John Williams just, did a couple pieces to get credit on the movie so they could sell that to people. Like, oh my God, we got John Williams, we got Anthony Daniels of C-3PO, we got the whole gang back together. We even dusted off the lens from the original Star Wars movies. Guys, that's what makes this film great. The same lens was used. Please don't pay attention to the lack of our story. I swear to God, it's like the Wizard of Oz. Every time Disney puts out some kind of thing about the new Star Wars movies, it's like the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Just look at Oz. Do not worry about the truth. Moret Aline, thank you very much for your super chat. Making pancakes. Making bacon pancakes. Bacon pancakes. I do like that song. And I do like bacon pancakes, actually. Those sound really good. Ethan would like some pie muffins. The backlash won't change episode 9. So they're doubling down on their rhetoric. I wonder how that's going to go. Because we already have the first piece of officially released news from J.J. Abrams that essentially says, hey, I'm a dick. Fuck the fans. Cesare Japan, thank you very much for your super chat. At this rate, the only profitable part of Star Wars will be the Lego sets. You can cannibalize the sets for parts for other things and not really feel guilty about it. Yeah, Lego Star Wars stuff is cool. The only reason I don't have the same attachment to Lego as a lot of you people out there is the fact that they didn't do licensed Lego sets when I was a kid. And as a kid, all I wanted to play with was like Batman, Power Rangers, Spider-Man, X-Men, all that stuff like that. So had they had Lego sets with Spider-Man or Batman or the Power Rangers back then, I probably would have been into Legos and had a lot of fun, because that was one of my favorite parts of the Power Ranger toys, building the Zords, morphing them and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that stuff. But because Legos didn't really get licenses until 1999 with the Star Wars license, I was a little late. I was into video games. I was 12 years old. No, I wasn't 12 years old. I was 10 years old, early 99. So they kind of lost me on the ability to have the same emotional connection to Lego. But I did get the Aston Martin set. I do have the Ghostbusters. I do have Back to the Future. That's about it for Legos. It's all about the licensing. But yeah, the toys aren't going to be as profitable in the future. The weird part is when this generation of old guy collectors die off, and I'm not making fun of them dying off, but once they're gone, unless their kids are nostalgic for Star Wars, the vintage toy line that everyone holds in such high regard is going to fall off in value, because it's only valuable to the guys that had that shit as a kid who are chasing that nostalgia feeling. For me, I have the vintage Han Solo and Chewbacca on my shelf. They're in good condition. I paid $5 for each of them. That's about what those figures are worth to me. I'm not saying they don't have value to other people, but as someone who grew up with other Star Wars toys, the old stuff doesn't hold much value to me. So what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is all these things can fall off and disappear and fade away no matter what aspect of Star Wars it is. Nothing is guaranteed forever. Not even the Lego sets. Let's see. These Star Wars toys stink. EVS keeps throwing them in the trash can. One thing I will say, the EVS videos are funny, but I can't bring myself to destroy a toy or a comic book. I felt so guilty about stepping on a comic book once and ripping off the cover that I bought a new one to replace it, even though I didn't like the book that much. I just look at it like it's someone's effort and time that went into that piece of material. And so while I dislike it, I just can't bring myself to mangle it. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of weird guilt. I look at that little Harrison Ford and I go, oh, but it's a little Harrison Ford. I can't do it. CGI Grand Moff Tarkin is not a good thing and will not age well. I would argue that it was never good in the first place. I mean, it's a cool concept, and I'm very happy. I, for one, would have thought it was more effective, or would have been more effective, had they just had him in the shadows and maybe a side reveal of his face. But when they over-animated it, it just makes the movie look so dated. Like Tron Legacy, all the parts with the young Jeff Bridges hasn't aged well in the last 8 years. And Rogue One, just 2 years removed, doesn't look that good. The spaceship stuff looks great. The action on the ground's okay. And the Tarkin and the Leia stuff, man, those are rough. I'm anxiously awaiting to see the dumpster fire that is the Princess Leia reconstruction project. You better bring your best people. This is like a Humpty Dumpty task. Leia fell off the wall. They need to reconstruct her, and they're all out of tape. Just for the record, folks, I have heard about the quartering situation. I know a bunch of people have asked me about this. We'll have to find out. We'll just have to find out what's going on with him. So, obviously, I hope no one's hurt permanently, and wish him the best in his recovery process. Interesting point. Like classic cars, when the boomers die, where are those cars going? Young kids don't care about classic cars. Well, hopefully I can swoop in and pick up some classic cars on the cheap, because I'm still in my 20s and I like classic cars. Reed Plancha, hey, long time no see. Thank you very much for your super chat. They can keep attacking fans. They'll still not get money. If they take that as a win, then they can slap each other on the back as they queue at the Salvation Army for coffee. Well, Reed Plancha, I'm not going to let them have any of my delicious Starbucks Keurig Cafe Veronas. Those people can go burn. No, it's about winning points and ideals. Like Disney is going to basically sink money into the Star Wars hole, and people are just going to walk away eventually. So let them. That's why people like Subversive Jake have made Ryan the Boatmaker. And it's weird not weird, but it's funny that when you read this article, you see the truth in Ryan the Boatmaker that much clearer. They want to split the fandom menace, new Clone Wars as a subtle attack. I think they just want people to forget is the thing. They won't. We're not going anywhere. They can't even buy us. Like I said, $50 trillion, Disney. You write me a check for $50 trillion, then we'll talk. But until then, nothing. Come down to Reno, Jeff. We get our classic car show this month. Lots of classics for sale. Oh, man. Well, when I actually have the cash to buy a classic car, I will look. I usually go to Auburn in Indiana, not even to buy classic cars, but they usually auction off really good cars for really cheap. Like one year they had a 2010 Range Rover for like $8,000 and it only had 30,000 miles on it. So I don't know. I kind of wanted to get it. I haven't seen Rebels yet. Somebody did send me a link how to watch it, so I'll be checking that out. I actually watched Clone Wars yesterday on my post-gym snack break. I watched the episode where the clone has the malfunction from Order 66 and kills one of the Jedi. It was quite an interesting thing. Let's see. Zaire says, I don't know. Disney is good to me right now. Star Wars people being jerks is really helping my wallet stay full instead of buying Hasbro and Lego. Well, thank them for what they have done for you lately, and that's that. They're keeping you, they're keeping you full of cash. I guess that's a good thing, right? Disney has helped us save money. That'd be an interesting fake commercial to make. The Disney method on how to save the most money, and then we talk about all the shit you could be buying, but because they're dicks, you keep your cash. Grendel Fan 84, thank you very much, and good morning. Morning from Comics Elite. Gen Con is trying to kill the story. I did hear that. This thing's all over Facebook, especially in the World Class Bullshitters Facebook group. A lot of people have been like, have you seen this? What about Star Wars Celebration? Blah, blah, blah. How's this affect you guys? All we can do at this point is just hope Jeremy's okay and makes it home safe and, can not become discouraged to do what he does. Like I said, I don't really know him personally. We've only spoken one time on the High Council. I didn't realize that he was the same person. Unsleeved Media and the Quartering were the same people. It took me a minute. I was like, wait, I just watched one of these videos. Is that the same dude? Yeah, it was the same dude. So that's all I can give you guys. I'm going to wait to find out as much as you guys do. I haven't talked to Jeremy or Ethan about it. I've been real busy. Here's a little bit of insider information. We're getting ready for our convention. What did I do yesterday when we weren't on air? I designed us business cards. I got us one of those cool retractable banners coming. I'm going to get us a table thing. So, Grendel Fan, you'll get to see this in person because you'll be at Horror Hound. But I've been taking what the channel's been making and reinvesting it back. So we're getting some cool stuff for when we work shows. The banner's cool. It's big. It's got our faces on it and all kinds of shit where you can find us. I'll post that to the Facebook group when I get it here at the house. I'll let you guys see that and the business cards. So I'm excited. I just love going to shows and spreading the word. So hopefully we can get all the people at the convention to subscribe to the channel. Grow the community too. But Grendel Fan, if Gen Con tries to kill this story and it comes out that there's a conspiracy, this could hurt the convention going forward. Grendel Fan, you've worked a lot of shows. I've worked a lot of shows. You know that stuff like this can happen and really color the perception of the attendees. I don't have a 60-car garage yet, but when I do, everyone's invited over for dinner. My mom will cook. We'll go through a tour of all the cars, and then we'll do a live episode all together. Let's see. Magic Bulks, thank you very much for your super chat. Episode 9. More of the same muff. God damn it, the muff is back. The muff awakens. Let's see. Who else is let's see. Star Wars Humiliation 2019 in Chicago. Damn right it's going to be a humiliation because we're going to show them as a group of fans the Phantom Menace. I guess I'll just adopt it. I guess since I didn't make it up, I feel weird saying it because I don't want to. It was Jeremy that came up with it. I don't want to steal his shtick. So, see, there's a lot of creator respect between Jeremy, Ethan, and myself. If somebody says something, we don't want to take it and try to make it our own because we want to give credit where credit's due. Ethan definitely knows about that with working in the comic book industry. Each person works hard, and if they create a little something that becomes successful, then they deserve, to be rewarded for that. Muff to the future. Damn it. Dump the muff. It's all about the scruff. If people start crap for the Star Wars Celebration against the fandom menace, you guys seriously need to lay the smack down. I don't care what the optics will look like. Well, I'm going to tell you this now. We've thought about this. We're going to be filming and streaming everything because, let's see, there's going to be the 5 guys from the channel, World Class Bullshitters, Ethan and Jeremy, that's 7, Anna, Jesse, and Ivan, that makes it 10. We're just going to go and enjoy the show. I don't start fights. I don't pick them. Most people aren't going to try to fight me either. So I'm not really concerned for that. I'm going to basically we'll film everything so there can be no ramifications. We're just there to have fun and interview people and ask them their thoughts about Disney Star Wars and make a little mini documentary for you guys to watch if you can't make it to the show. So we're just not going to let a dickhead ruin it for us. Channel Dad Brian Lape. Everybody, go subscribe to the Brian Lape channel. If you like beer, if you want to better your life through exercise and supplements, the guy knows it all. He knows how to get you messed up and how to heal you back up. He's like a fun doctor, except creepy. Just the pie who loved me. Yeah, the story of Ethan Van Sciver right there. I wish I could meet world-class bullshitters, but I'm on the other side of the planet. Well, Barbara, one day we'll be on your side of the planet. We'll all have beer or whatever your local alcoholic beverage that most people consume is. We'll have a good time. If you have a soy boy in the stunner, be careful. You don't want it to splatter all over on you guys. Well, I don't deal in stone cold stunners, but the people's elbow or the rock bottom, I can't promise that those won't happen. Maybe even a sharpshooter or two. Crin Fable, thank you for your super chat. Star Killer based Transformer. Maybe that's the future of the Episode 9 film. How dumb would that be? Like a Star Killer base orb thing turns into a Transformer with legs and it just walks through space. And you'd be like, Jeff, how could it walk through space? This is Star Wars. Anything stupid is possible at this point. Come over to Thailand. Hey, we have world in our name, World Class Bullshitters. Guys, I'm excited because we're doing so well and we're just in the first phase of the channel right now. We started and then we've had our first success with stuff lately. So now we're going to move. Our next goal is 100,000 subscribers, which we're so close to. We're 31 and change. Then we move on to this and to that. And then we do travel and go to shows all over the world. First country, then the world. Maybe not Antarctica or Canada, but whatever. Let's see. High Recluse Arc Grimaldus, thank you for your super chat. You will be attacked by John Campea at Star Wars Celebration, but you will survive. He probably chick slaps. Those feminine hands can't do much. Morning, by the way. Well, good morning to you. I actually am going to try to talk to John Campea on camera and interview him, see if he'll do an interview, see if he recognizes me. I don't consider us like these big, well-known faces yet. So most people aren't going to realize who we are unless we have T-shirts that say, we are the fandom menace or this or that type of thing. So I don't really know how John Campea would react because I'm probably a foot taller than the guy. He seems little. No one's going to try to attack me. I mean, it's a convention, so there will be no weaponry in there. And I'm not going to go to the south side of Chicago or wherever the dangerous part is. I got locals in Chicago that are going to tell me where to go and what to do as well. I've been to Chicago a bunch of times. Why do I act like I don't know the city? I've been to Chicago tens of times. So we have a super chat from Ricardo Guerra. Thank you very much. Brian, who, for workout advice? Brian Lape, Bryon Lape, Lape. He actually helps all of us, gives us advice, dietary stuff, supplements. He's really smart. He knows all the science behind it. So he's here in the chat right now, Ricardo. So just at him, and you'll find a way to talk to each other. He's a cool dude. He's the 5th bullshitter of the channel. We support him and his channel 100%. Now, his daughter is a little loud, but other than that, we love the guy to death. Let's see. Do I sell t-shirts like any of the other lads? Well, not only do I sell t-shirts, I'm actually designing a whole line of them, but you guys got to wait just a little bit longer. Trust me, there's going to be more than just one or two. There's going to be, I got too many designs. I got to narrow them down for the launch. But we're getting there. We're going to get there, and they're going to be all made here in-house. So the quality is going to be high, and they'll be shipped out all over the world. It just depends on what one you guys want. There's ones that say world-class bullshitters. There's ones with the old logo, the new logo, our faces, no faces, parody ones. You name it, it's there. Let's see. Count Dukem Nukem, thank you very much for your super chat. Morning, Jeff. Seems like Gary Whitta and Rian Johnson are super concerned about making brave, mature films that ignore fans while being very nice guys. Trademark. My biggest complaint about this is, how is Episode 8 brave or mature? It's a first draft film. It doesn't really venture into new Star Wars territory as much as Rian Johnson would like to believe. Oh my God, we're being chased through space. Well, The Empire Strikes Back did it, and they didn't even have an asteroid field in Episode 8. Rey dealing with the dark side and, temptation. Luke did it in The Empire Strikes Back. The only thing brave about it was putting Kelly Marie Tran in a potato sack. I mean, how removed from reality are the people that work in Hollywood? I would love, if we ever went out there for a period of time, you guys could gauge how different we are. You also have to check our heads for cybernetic implants, because those people are drones. They all say the same shit. They all believe the same crap, which is crap, ironically. It's so weird. I don't care what part of the world you come from. When you're in the entertainment industry like that, you are an automaton. You're just something else. I don't know. But yeah, they're very passive aggressive about it. If we ever come to Australia, you're our driver and security, Benobi. I'm holding you to it, dude. Holding you to it. I would love to go to Australia with a guide, because I don't want to be eaten by a dingo. But I do want to see, I've been to different parts of the world. It'd be a lot of fun. Go to beaches, not swim because of sharks. Listeners out there, if you could help us out and tell us where the most horses are per capita, we'd love to take Dion there on a trip. Maybe it's Idaho, maybe it's Montana, but we're taking Dion Green to the horse capital of the world. Logan Michael, 69, thank you for your super chat. Are you going to Halloween 40 convention? I saw that announced. I will not be going to California for the Halloween 40 convention. What we'll be doing to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Halloween here on the channel is we'll be taking a look back in October. 1 week's going to be dedicated to John Carpenter. It'll probably be the week that the new movie comes out, so the hype will be high. You can watch us talk about John Carpenter and Halloween and all that stuff. Logan Michael, the way I've chosen to celebrate as well, personally, is I picked up the Mezco Michael Myers as well as the new NECA Ultimate Michael Myers from the new Halloween film. So I will not be going to California anytime soon, but that'll be fun when we do see you. Billy Ritchie, can I wear my Soilo shirt? Jeff, I'll see you guys there. I can't wait to see you, Billy Ritchie. Just let me know who you are, and I'll shake your hand, and we'll shoot the shit. It's going to be a lot of fun. Kenneth LaRock says, I'm a muff, part man, part puff. I'm my own best friend. Are you your own grandpa as well? Well, I added my best friend part. Chris Scheimer, again, thank you very much for your super chat this morning. Jeff, what would a fan of yours like me be able to join you guys on the podcast? Feel like I could add to the conversations. Well, we do offer appearances for patrons and stuff like that. Like Army Vet Rod is a patron, and he chooses to appear on all kinds of stuff like that. Now, for Good Morning Pop Culture, I won't be taking guests because of the format, but I will be taking phone calls in the near future. We were supposed to go live this Monday and start the Monday thing, but I got to take my grandma to the doctor, so we'll be back on Tuesday with the show, obviously. But just check out those tiers and stuff like that. We have people on. As a regular thing, we're not going to take a new person on the show each week. But as a patron, I mean, you can request to be on an episode of the show, type of thing like that. So, and we have hangouts, and we're really easily accessible to everyone that wants to be a part of the conversation and stuff like that. So, Chris, just be in contact. Now, when we do like the hangouts, like the patron hangouts and stuff, that's, once a month for everybody involved over there too. And that's any tier. So just keep in contact with us too. Shoot us emails, stuff like that. Sometimes we need somebody to fill in at the last minute. It could be you if you're free. So that's how he got into contact with Trent, and now Trent is the unofficial six bullshitter. Actually, he's the official six bullshitter. He doesn't get on the t-shirts or anything like that, but he's where it matters. Their hearts. Somebody had said something earlier that I wanted to comment on before I got to the next super chat. Ryan Johnson should never be able to work again. I agree with that one. Maybe just not in Star Wars. Who else? Let's see, popped up. Again, thank you guys to everyone. Kryn Fable, Starkiller Base 2.0 equals Snoke reborn as a Transformer. Can we get Orson Welles to do the voice? I don't want to keep harping on the Snoke thing, but what a missed opportunity. I didn't like the 7th movie. You guys know this. We've been talking about it for a while. So I didn't have these preconceived notions about what the movie should be. I thought, I hated the last one. I don't care what they do as long as it's a good movie. And it wasn't. And then watching the other ones back, it's like, yeah, they really kind of dropped the ball. This is supposed to be a trilogy of films, one continuous story. Nope. Man. God damn it, Ryan Johnson. Yeah, Blasted Heath, you make an excellent point. There's a Yo Mama joke 5 minutes into the movie. Mature my ass. Does Gary Whitta realize what movie we're talking about? Does he think we're talking about Looper or that one episode of Breaking Bad? Because, I could see, Gary Whitta has drank so much of the Kool-Aid that his brain's fried, but no, not episode 8. Don't forget that in Empire, nobody forgot to check the gas gauge before running from the Empire. Very true. You know how they instilled the tension in the drama in Empire Strikes Back? The hyperdrive was damaged, and it was well established early in the film that the Falcon needed repairs, and it wasn't ready to run. So that adds new drama to the film. Not stupid shit like, we're out of gas, we're out of fuel, blah, blah, blah. That's just dumb. We've never dealt with fuel in Star Wars before. Stick to the script, or stick to the overall movie universe. Don't change it up to add some drama or tension. Find a more interesting way. Hell, Ryan, I got an idea. Write another draft of the damn movie. The toy makers are clueless as well. But then again, they're trying to cheap out, and they don't really know what's going to sell. They're not allowed to know too much stuff. Got a couple last from the Dingo at my baby. Reed Palancha, thank you very much again for your super chat. Well, the CGI of Star Wars has been good. Sorry, but that is all the positives I can think of. Well, Reed Palancha, the CGI is so good that they help you distract yourself from the fact that that Praetorian guard's arm just disappears magically after not stabbing Rey in the damn back. Jesus. This movie just gets worse all the time. Like, time has not been kind to it. It makes you angry. Count Dookum Nukem, again, thank you very much. Will you live stream Big Trouble or just Halloween? Count Dookum Nukem, we're going to do Halloween of the Thing. Maybe if I can, I'll try to get the other guys to do. We'll at least have covered Big Trouble in Little China, either on a pre-recorded thing or maybe a live one. I can't promise exactly everything that's going to go down yet because I can make the schedule, but the other guys have stuff they want to do or they have to work. So it's all dependent upon that. Some stuff will be pre-recorded, some stuff will be live. I do like Big Trouble in Little China a lot. So don't worry about this channel not giving it the respect it deserves. Now let's hope Hollywood gives it the respect it deserves and they don't remake it with The Rock. Love The Rock, but Kurt Russell had a different type of charisma that works because Jack Burton's kind of inept. That doesn't work for The Rock. He's got to be like the most capable guy until the end, like in the Nice Guys. No, the other guys, excuse me. Remember when he jumped off the roof and shit like that? That's kind of The Rock at his dumbest. You can't get dumber than that. Have I talked about the live draw hangout? I have it written down there, but I don't have a time yet. I haven't even drawn much lately. I got to get a couple things in line, but it'll happen. You guys, all you have to do is request it, and if enough, just request it, and we can make stuff happen. Kryn Fable, Snoke went up in smoke. First off, thank you for your super chat. He is, he's gone. That is a dumb character. Remember all the Snoke theories? Well, they don't matter. Andrew B, thank you for your super chat. Lando approves the new Terminator. Give your clothes, your boots, and your sexy droid ass. I thought we had covered the Terminator stuff yesterday very well on Good Morning Pop Culture, and then we talked about it again on the podcast. You people are savage towards that damn image. I'm savage towards that image. I don't like it. Terminator is not the place to make that statement. And it's not even that it's because it's a different type of franchise. It's a franchise that doesn't hold much weight anymore. Let's be honest. They haven't made a truly great Terminator film since 1992 with Terminator 2 Judgment Day. 3 was at the best. 4 and 5 were ugh. And now we got this one. If anything, you guys need a return to form, balls to the wall action. If Terminator tries to hide behind the fact that the movie failed because of angry white people, angry white men, every sci-fi film revival is dead ski. Just, they can't keep hiding behind that shit. A bad script and stupid ideas don't go away because you had some socially conscious intentions with the film. That's not how this works. This is entertainment. We're supposed to be entertained and enjoy ourselves. What happened to escapist entertainment? I mean, is there a problem to be able to go into a theater, turn off your brain, and have fun? I did it with Mission Impossible, and I hope that movie makes way more money than half of these shitty reboots. Tom Cruise is weird. I'm not going to defend him as a person, but as a movie star, he produces big event films that feel fun. So, Andrew B., I would like to get anyone out there who's really good with Photoshop. Would you Photoshop Donald Glover Lando behind the new Terminator, and we'll put that on our Facebook page and give you credit and make you Listener of the Week and Meme Winner of the Week. Let's see who else popped up. Grendel Fan 84 says, by including a Yo Mama joke, the Star Wars universe is aware of the Earth in the 1990s. Well, thank you, Grendel Fan 84. Yeah, it dates the movie in the wrong way. It dates it much like the sideburns in A New Hope. So if anyone ever complains, I don't like the old Star Wars movies, they're so dated. Well, go watch Episode 8 and see how fucking dated that movie was nearly 30 years after that shit was funny. Like, I remember in Living Color in the early 90s making Yo Mama jokes. Yeah, you know what, Ryan Johnson? If you wanted to be a little more current, you would have done a Your Mom joke, because those ones still work every once in a while. But Ryan Johnson there are two things he's not: funny or talented. Mr. Thanatos 101 for sent in £2. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No message, but still, thank you. Oh man, all this muff in the morning. I'm so blessed. Kingslayer Damocles, thank you for your super chat. Fuel was brought up in season 3, episode 3 of the Clone Wars. Oh man, I gotta go back and watch that. Whew. It's been, when did that air? 2010? It's been 8 years since I've seen it. The World Class Bullshitters email is worldclassbs@mail.com, which is thebestmail.com. And I am excited about Judge Reinhold at Horror Hound. I wasn't able to sleep for about 20 extra minutes because I laid in bed and I thought, what am I going to take to get autographed? Because I did recently acquire some new Beverly Hills Cop stuff. But then I thought to myself, I'm not going to have him sign any of that. Only for Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy can sign my vintage LP, my Betamax, my Laserdisc. I mean, he wouldn't sign all of that shit. If he did, awesome, lucky me. But I think I'm going to go out and get a new copy of the Blu-ray or something. But I'm going to say, hey, Judge Reinhold, I really like this movie. Check out every format that exists. I own this, and all this weird video store merchandise and crap. That's, I'm excited. I'm going to step away from the table. Like, I hope you guys don't come try to find me during my time with Judge Reinhold. And I'd like to interview him for the channel, because what else is he really doing right now? You know, living his life. He's a father, doing that shit. But I'm going to see if he'll come on a channel. We'll have over 70,000 subscribers by then. And we could have Judge Reinhold ask or answer your questions. That'd be crazy. I'll see if he'll go live with us. That would be fun. Hello, Brandon Moist, my old friend. Mr. Thanatos 101 again. Thank you. You must be a big fan of kazoo music, having 4 of them in your logo. Now I hope all you see is kazoos when you see it. Wahahaha. Well, when I see my logo, I see an old microphone and lightning bolts. But now I can hear kazoo music in my head, damn it. I know there's not a lot of wrestling fans, so I'm not going to talk about wrestling, but when Edge and Christian played the kazoos for You Think You Know Me, their theme song, that was incredible. Let's see if I missed anybody, because that's the one thing I hate. One of the things I hate doing, missing people's super chats. Thank you, Magic Bullocks. Zerminator 6, Rise of the Pronouns. Okay, I like that name. Sorry, the LGBT 1000. Will there be another EU hangout? Yes, there will, Zaire. Yeah, a couple people have said some of the stuff they got was wrong. Well, all I can say to those people is come on the show, correct it, and let's make it happen again. Round 2 will happen in August. Nathan, is the email all lowercase letters? Yes, Nathan, it is. Thank you for your super chat to ask that. It is all worldclassbs@mail.com. It's all lowercase levels. And yes, there's no Gmail or anything. It's just mail.com, because when we were signing up for the show, I needed a quick email account that wasn't my own so we could post it out there in the world and not get weird stuff. And thankfully, the fans that listen to the show regularly are nice, normal people, and they don't send us stupid stuff. Brandon Moist. Rian Johnson's version of Star Wars reminds me of Denethor from Lord of the Rings when he tries to burn Faramir, trying to kill something that's not dead quite yet. I wish I understood that. I get that there's something alive that has been burned by a character. I know there's Sean Bean's character who dies, and then there's Elijah Wood and Mikey from the Goonies. People, I guess I need to watch Lord of the Rings. I know some people are like, "Oh, have you not seen Lord of the Rings?" I just haven't seen all of it, guys. I apologize. I'm not as cultured as your average Tolkien. I don't even know what the word would be. John Candy and Muff Runnings was rad. God damn it, Satashi's Cane Sword. Anytime I see John Candy's name, I instantly eyes get magnetized to that. Yeah, Terminator 2 still holds up all these years later. Terminator 2 is a fantastic movie, and I can't wait to do our watch party. We're going to have our friend and new patron, the NVSK, on. He messaged me privately and told me what a big Terminator fan he is and how much he loves the lore. So that's going to be interesting to have someone so dedicated talk about Terminator, because Dion and I are going to look at it as, hey, remember the time we saw it and blah, 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 and all this shit. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. God damn, all this muff talk, man. We have Smokey and the Muffed It. What the fuck? What is happening? Muff Trek. Lord of the Rings too slow for you. That's what I'm afraid of. Lord of the Rings, when I think of it, I think of Clerks 2 and Kevin Smith making fun of it with Randall. There's only one return, okay? And it ain't of the king, it's of the Jedi. That was my IMDb signature for 5 years straight. I haven't seen the Cracked article on why Terminator is a good film, but a shit sequel. It was funny you bring up Cracked.com, because this morning I was on Cracked.com. I was looking up some article about first design choices for famous logos and how they were terrible. And the lady that designed the Star Wars logo got no money for it. Sorry, I think I started this muff nonsense. I hang my muff in shame. Yeah, Magic Bullocks. Walk away. Somebody cue up the Incredible Hulk piano theme for Magic Bullocks to walk away. I mean, at least muffs are fun, so it's not like we're talking about the moistness. Jeff, you're getting all this muff talk because you have your finger on the muff of the people. Well, Robert, that's a good place to have my finger. God damn it. Oh, man. So, Andrew Pitts says, even the trees walked in that movie. Thank you, Andrew Pitts. Yeah, Randall was right about all that shit. I love the guy that pukes in the quick stop. He's like, fucking nerd, and he pukes on the floor, and he goes back to tell Dante about it and makes Elias clean it up. I really wish there would have been a Clerks 3 already, because God, 12 years ago for Clerks 2, you can't do almost 20 years between movies, Kevin Smith. You got to just knock that Clerks trilogy out and get through your movies, because we don't care about what you direct on the CW and your Moose Jaws and all your crappy Canadian movies. Just finish the View Askew universe and give the people what they want. Peter, artist, writer, already sent a Photoshop sample in the mail and a taco. Thank you very much. I will be checking that out after the show goes off air. I did see that Kevin Smith is doing a reboot, Jay and Silent Bob reboot, because somebody famous was involved with the movie. I'll go see it because I've seen all the other Jay and Silent Bob movies. And one thing I do have to give Kevin Smith credit for, he's cultivated a community that when you get together with a lot of other View Askew universe fans, it's just fun. I went to see Jay and Silent Bob Get Old over in Kentucky, like 6 years ago. Jesus. Point is, we went to the show. We had a good time. We had a couple beers. We were all relaxed. And the crowd was insane. And we got to see Kevin Smith and Jay and all that stuff. So I will see the movie in theaters. Crin Fable, thank you for a super chat. But Luke, I am your mother. Want a muffin? I thought of Kitty Foreman when I read that. I'm not going to try to do her voice. Are you there, God? It's me, Muff. Andrew Pitts, can I still request a Clerks trilogy for Patreon? You can request movies for Patreon for sure. What would be the third film in the Clerks trilogy? We could do some Kevin Smith stuff, including Clerks 1 and 2. What would you consider the closeout of the Clerks trilogy? Or are you just requesting the View Askew universe flicks? Because I got all but Chasing Amy on DVD, and then I have Zach and Miri Make a Porno on Blu-ray. So I do like Kevin Smith. I own like 4 copies of Clerks. Far too many copies of Clerks. Did they do the Let Us Fuck sketch during Jay and Silent Bob Get Old? Yes, they did do the Let Us Fuck sketch. That was hilarious. Zach and Miri Make a Porno had some really good lines in it. I don't know why people either haven't seen it or give it shit. If you're ever up late at night and you have Comedy Central and it's on, give it a watch. I know they censor some stuff, but I'm pretty sure they leave the language in late at night. And I just love that movie. I wish it wasn't a flop, because that's where I'd like to see Kevin Smith now, making comedies with other actors instead of this weird shit that he casts his daughter or Justin Long as a walrus man. Then total remote. My God. The Cobra Viper says, what's worse than Muff? Moist Muff. I don't know if that's a bad thing, guys. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I watch Muff Pickers on TV. Jeff, he's trying to get Clerks 3, but one of the main cast refuses to reprise his role, and that's why he hasn't done it. Oh, I'm guessing it's Jeff Anderson as Randall, because I've met Brian Christopher O'Halloran, and he's a very friendly guy. And he told me when I met him that his dream was to do a Clerks animated show, do the voice work. Clerks the cartoon was really, really funny and ahead of its time. And if you watch the commentary on the DVD, all they do is talk shit about this other animator. They're like, he's a dick. His show's never going to go anywhere. They keep mentioning him the entire time. That guy's name was Seth MacFarlane, and that show was Family Guy. So you can see how wrong Kevin Smith has been about a great many things. Grendel Fan 84, thank you for your super chat. I have a Kevin Smith signed Clerks script. Ooh. Did he sign it for you personally, or did you just pick that one up? I'd like to meet him. He seems nice enough. I would love if I'm like, yeah, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah. I'm the guy that made the shill video about it. And he goes, you're the motherfucker. And then it just falls apart from there. But I'd still like to meet Kevin Smith. My favorite game, Grand Muff Auto. God damn it. I'm getting trolled in my own chat now. Okay, enough muffing around, you guys. Yeah, that's true. A good day to die, Muff. The grapes of Muff. Muff's on a plane. They're always Muffs on a plane. So do you guys want to move on to the next segment? of the show where we talk about some bad comic book art, because I got 2 pieces today that I saw them. They were on the same webpage, and I thought, I got to share both of these. So okay, that was a gift from your brother. Oh, okay, that's a good gift. Press F if you guys would like me to move to the bad comic book segment. Holdo's Muff, god damn it. Jeff, are you a fan of comic book men? I am not a fan of comic book men anymore, Holdo's Muff, and let me tell you why. So, I used to watch the show when it debuted. After The Walking Dead, I'd stay over at Joel's and we'd watch it, and I liked the show. So, 2013, late March, early April, I can't remember exact dates, it was for WrestleMania 29. We go from Cincinnati to New Jersey. And on the second day we're in New Jersey, we decide that we're going to drive down to Red Bank, and we're going to see the Secret Stash and the Quick Stop and go have lunch, check out the local mall, do stuff like that. So we go to Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, and it's just like on TV. It's got the giant sign, all that shit, and we're excited. It's Joel, Dan, and myself. So we walk in the door, and we see Walt and we see Mike, and they don't say anything. I thought, they probably didn't. They're doing something. That's fine. So we're looking around the shop, and there's regular comic books. I'm taking pictures of all the old Kevin Smith stuff, like the Bluntmobile, the artwork from Chasing Amy, all kinds of stuff like that. I'm, excited to be in the store. And then I start picking up some View Askew Universe stuff. I bought a Dante bumper sticker. I bought a Berserker t-shirt. Dan bought a Dante shirt. Joel bought some stuff. And we go to check out, and they're just massively rude. We just said, hey, guys, big fans of your show. We're here from Ohio, blah, 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 blah. And the guy's just like, oh, thanks. Same inflection in his voice, too. Not very much. I wasn't looking for anything special, but I at least would have been like, oh, really? Or just something like that type of thing. Because we were buying stuff. It's not like we went into the store, asked a bunch of questions, and left. I figured, we're here. Let's support comic book stores. Let's do this. They were just really rude. And Joel and I were like, that was really off-putting. So I never watched the show again. And I refused to, because what assholes they were. So say what you want about the show. If you're a fan, cool. If you're not, cool as well. But they've turned me off to the show because of their douchebag attitudes. Now, on a flip note, somebody like William Atherton, everybody remembers him from Ghostbusters as Walter Peck, or Dick Thornburg from Die Hard. He always plays these douchey roles. Dr. Jerry Hathaway from Real Genius. But I met him at a convention, and he was the nicest guy. So anytime I look at movies with him in it, I realize what a good person he was. So I have a good feeling. So if I ever met him at another show, I would go out and buy an autograph from him because he was such a great dude. So that's my my story about comic book men. I don't hate just to hate. I just had a bad experience with those guys, and I just swore the show off. All right, so we got a lot of Fs. Let me read these next 2 super chats, and then I will get to the bad comic book art. Grand Inquisitor says, let's replace all the Fs with Muff. Fine, Grand Inquisitor. You know what? There will be no more press F. It'll be now type Muff for this. There we go. Maybe I'll t-shirt with the website. Crin Fable. It's Muffin time. Cue the music. There we go. That's your Terminator music. That's the Muff music. Clark says, literally about rude guys working in retail, and you were surprised when it came your way. No, what I'm surprised about is you go to patronize a store and people are just assholes. I've worked in retail. That's not part of the appeal. Oh, I was treated like by Walt Flanagan. He's not even a good artist. Oh, and his friend Mike. They're just dudes that are riding the coattails off a more famous friend. So when I do shop at any store, because like my local comic book shop, Rock and Rooster Comics, they're the nicest dudes in the world, to strangers, to everybody. There's a comic book culture. So if you guys just know this shit from TV, you're really not a part of it. But if you go to all these other comic book stores and you're a regular, or not even a regular, you go in for the first time and you buy stuff, you're treated with a level of respect. If my local store here in Cincinnati, Ohio, that reaches 1/50th of what the Secret Stash reaches, can treat me so well, I expect something on a bigger scale with no other customers in the store to at least be decent. So take that as it will. But I treat everybody here on the channel with respect. I don't have an ego about myself like these weirdos. But the guy that owns the Quick Stop, ironically enough, was really fucking friendly and let us take pictures in the store and all this shit. So there you go. Holdo's Muff. Met the whole crew at KC Comic Con. They were massive asshats minus Jay. Yeah, Jay has gone through some shit, and I think he realizes life's too short to be a loser or an asshole. So Jason Mewes gets a thumbs up for me. His redemption story, you know, how he overcame drugs and stuff. It's a great story. I just love hearing that people can overcome something shitty like that. Yeah, you shouldn't put yourself in the situation, but he's clean now. He's got a kid. His life's a lot better. So good for Jason Mewes. And that's probably why he's not an asshole, because he's been on the edge a few times and he's not going to go back. Kamikaze Johnson, Mighty Muffin Power Rangers. There we go. I like that one. It's muffin time. Okay, guys. So enough muffs have passed, because we'll use those as double Fs. That, God damn it. Now I'm looking at my logo. They look like kazoos. Shit. Let's look at some bad comic book art. Okay, here's a question, guys. Press 1 for the Juggernaut or 2 for Spider-Man. I will wait, because I want to show you guys both of these, but you guys can pick which comes first. While you do that, I'm going to make some more coffee. Mark Ruffalo is better than Norton for the Hulk. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. If you guys haven't seen that video, you need to. Oh, my God. All right, well, here it is. So here we are with today's part 1 of the bad comic book art. This is the Juggernaut. Now, I believe I had this comic book as a kid. Von Doofus will be at Kings Island Monday. Oh. Well, I hope you have a good time at Kings Island. I went a few Sundays ago, and I had a nice day. Actually, it was a Saturday that I went. It was a lot of fun. I don't do Kings Island too much these days, but do me a favor, go have some Potato Works in Rivertown and ride the train. Yeah, Brian Lape, what the fuck is that is right. So I believe this is more Rob Liefeld art. This is the Juggernaut. That is Shatterstar. See the guy up in the corner with the orange hair in the upper right? This was the guy in Deadpool 2 that got sucked into the airplane engine. Or no, wait, he didn't get sucked into the airplane engine. He was the guy with the double swords that got killed right away when they subverted your expectations with X-Force. This is a Spider-Man comic. Okay, yeah, this is X-Force with Spider-Man, because the whole book is on its side. I remember getting this and going, why do I have to read this book on the side? Is that a mouth or a cave? Oh, this is McFarlane. Okay. So, but it was X-Force, right? That book where Spider-Man's on the cover. Crin Fable, my finale, Muffinverse versus Disneyland. I'll go Muffinverse all day, every day, because you can be yourself. And Grendelfan84, thank you for letting me know this was McFarlane. Logan Michael 69, has Gary Busey been every single X-Men? It looks like it. Those teeth, like somebody asked, is that a mouth or a cave? It's a bad decision is what it is. It's funny, though, how this 90s art has not aged incredibly well. Back in the day, these guys were making so much money, and people were eating up the books left and right. And this stuff hasn't aged well. You go back and you look at the classic stuff from the Silver Age or the Bronze Age, a lot of that stuff has held up incredibly well. I think Neil Adams was a Bronze Age artist. I don't think he came into the Silver. He may have came into the Silver Age, but he was at the end. Point is, there was some respectability to the art. I like Todd McFarlane, but this is not his finest piece. This must have been when he was getting ready to launch Spawn, and he was doing 1,000,001 things at the same time. Grendelfan84, thank you for your super chat. Yep, X-Force. The page was the final nail in the coffin that caused McFarlane to leave Marvel. They edited out the last panel. Oh, because of the blood or something? I'm glad McFarlane did what he did for the industry by leaving and creating Image and helping, creator-owned books have a place in the market. I'm not going to act like everything the dude ever drew for Spider-Man was amazing. No pun intended. There's good McFarlane art. There's bad McFarlane art. There's a lot of good and bad for most artists out there. But this era just lends itself to a lot of style over substance. Broken anatomy, weird fingers, odd panel layout. This just screams ugliness to me. After the Juggernaut got, stabbed in the eye, they censored it out. Yeah, stabbed him in the eye. I miss Real Men of Genius. Those were great commercials. Maybe we'll do a parody here on the channel, Real Men of Bullshit. Proof that McFarlane did draw while high. I did not know that was even a rumor. No, I'm just joking. This is just ugly. This is just a very ugly piece of work from Todd McFarlane. See, I don't really I'm not picking on any artists, because I could go show you stuff from Amazing Spider-Man number 300 or Spawn or just all this other beautiful work, but this is just really, really odd. It's the Juggernaut bitch, and I got a bitch with me. I love that video so much. So speaking of love, I love the character of Spider-Man, but I don't love this panel, this page right here. Now, I bought this book a couple years ago. Grendel Fan 84 says, I have his Spawn Vault collection, original pages. Ooh. Ooh. Just to let you know, at Horror Hound, when I'm not talking to Judge Reinhold, you and I are going to be talking about comic books during the off hours of the show. Just putting it out there. Going to come over and hang out. You come over and hang out with us. You can't miss our table because we have a banner with my face on it now. So people love Spider-Man because you can twist him in all kinds of different ways and proportions, and his anatomy is rubbery. But this has crossed a line. This is broken. Let's look at Spider-Man. First off, this is ugly. Sorry to attack any artist that's drawn. But yeah, Spidey did break his leg. Look at his left arm. So his shoulder is out. His left shoulder has actively moved away from his body. Yet he's able to have his elbow be behind his head. So his shoulder has to either have like an extension or it's completely dislocated. What's wrong with his head? Everything. We're not even worried about Lady Stiltman or any of that other garbage. We're just worried about this terrible art. This just goes to show you that anyone could draw for Marvel Comics. He's Jelly Spider. Spider Muff home broken. Something's broken. Something's broken with this image right here. Just call her Stilt-et. I stopped buying comics in '89 because I was sick of Romita Jr.'s work at X-Men. Thank God I missed out on all of this. Yeah, but you missed out on some good Jim Lee stuff, though, too. I like Jim Lee. The panels are a little hard to follow at times, but the artwork is there, and it's very excellent. Children, this is why you don't start breakdancing. You can end up like Spooderman over there. So do you guys think this is the worst-looking Spider-Man panel ever? Because I do. You should listen to Kevin Smith's interview with Neil Adams. He had a separate office where the artists came to get high. I have listened to that. Is that Fat Man on Batman? Because I used to listen to that show religiously. I just don't remember that part. I got to go back and re-listen to it. I even know the theme song by heart, but I'm not going to sing it. I'm altering Vader's voice. Don't fret, I'll alter it further. Something must be happening in that panel. It must be distorted on purpose. No, it's just the perspective. I believe the whole thing looks like that. Spider-Man is melting. One of the worst for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it. I did buy it, I think. It's somewhere in my stack of... Okay, so here we go. Spider-Man volume number 611. Let me try to see what else there is for the Amazing Spider-Man number 611. So the cover is Spider-Man and Deadpool. Some of the artwork is better. Here we go. Here's another page from it. So it's definitely not about the perspective, or it's about the perspective and stuff like that. So let me open that in a new tab, and let me show you guys this in a new tab as well. For those asking about what's up with Spider-Man's face, it's meant to look that way. It's the artistic interpretation. It's weird, though. I don't have to like it. The Pui. Thank you, the Pui. Good morning, Jeff. If you want any car advice, let me know. I've had just about every make and model apart over the years. Ooh, okay. I'm always looking for advice. I just need to find something with ample leg room for me, because I'm a tall guy and have and longer in the body too. So like in my current Volkswagen, my head hits the ceiling in a very uncomfortable way. So I have to kind of crane my neck down so I can see to drive. I don't want to develop, any kind of weird problems. Lando Calrissian self blowjob Spider-Man. What the hell, Lando? What? Oh, dude. Lando, you're grossing me out, bro. Actually, no, I dig it. Lando, you make the show fun, my friend. But the Pui, by the way, when are you having your mom on? Well, the Pui, when she is off work, she can join the show. I mentioned that you specifically wanted to be on, and she's like, I'd love to be on the show. She's like, do you want me? I said, yeah, Mom, it'd be nice to have you on the show. People would enjoy it. This is more of the same comic book right here, guys. I mean, this is art. I don't know what to say. If you enjoy it, more power to you. I'm not going to rip it apart. I don't like to attack comic book artists because they work hard for very little money and very little notoriety and fame. They don't get what they deserve. But this is just a weird-looking Spider-Man. I don't like it. Not one bit. Thank you, Gabe Ramirez. Good morning to you, too. Get a Cadillac Escalade. I wish I could afford a Cadillac Escalade. Shit, I would love it. When I was a kid in grade school, 8th grade, so, early teens, I used to think a Cadillac Escalade with, like, those spinning rims was cool. And then I thought other cars were cool. And then I got my first car, which was a 92 or 3 Toyota Camry. It was white, and it was ugly. Oh, my God. I'm going to show you my first car. You guys want to have a good laugh? It's not me driving the car, because I don't have photos of me in it anymore. But it's a mom and dad car for sure. Oh my God, this is the same. Oh, I can't believe I used to have this car. Ew, gross. I'm so glad I don't have it anymore. I'm glad I had a car at the time. I'm very thankful for that. But this is what I was rolling around back in 2007. I mean, look at this thing. This is exactly how mine looked. It had a different license plate. This is from Wikipedia, so it's one of those common use images. But this is it. This is my first car. Yeah, the Toyota Muff. Yeah, beautiful cars, right. That's what I was rolling around in. Everyone has to have a start in life, and mine was in a damn 1993 Toyota Camry. Not too bad. It's a good start. Well, the car only cost $1,000 back then. So when somebody asked me why I didn't buy a Hot Toys DeLorean to go with my Marty McFly, it's because I can't justify spending $1,000 for a fake car when my first real car cost $1,000 and it got me all over the country. I took this thing to Michigan, Virginia, all over Cincinnati when I had to work for 7-Up. Yeah, that's a hot car right there. Not a bad starting car. Did the passenger seat smell of muff? I'll never tell, Magic Bullocks. Did take it to college, though. It looks like a $500 car. Well, back in 2000, end of 2006, when I bought it for $1,000, it was great. I do feel kind of bad, though. My neighbor bought the car from me, and right after he bought it, it kind of blew up. So, sorry, neighbor. Cesar Japan says, you had a beige mobile? One of us. One of us. I have driven my grandma's beige Buick before. That thing's a boat. She's 94 and still drives that damn car. I don't know how she does it. Thank you, Holdo's Muff. Did I have to replace the muffler? What is the show? What is this show? How could you sell that to someone you knew, Jeff? So cruel. They asked to buy it. I had a new car and I went off to college and they wanted to buy it. So that was all about them, man. That was all about them. But yeah, that's your little bit of news about me from back in the day. I used to have this car right here. I don't know about some great times I had in it. Taking it to Virginia was fun. Those were the days when I didn't worry about my car breaking down. I was like, I'm just going to drive this car forever. Well, forever was 2 years and change. I almost said 3 years. 88 miles per hour. Oh, man, I wish. What a life. What a life. 88 in an hour. 24 hours in a day. I wouldn't sleep at all. More about me. I don't know. You guys can ask me anything you want at any time during the show. I'll gladly answer questions. I've been all over and done all kinds of stuff. So, hell, I may have done stuff that you've done. We may have been in the same place and you didn't even realize it. John Hoy, good morning. Jeff tagged you an Orlando Terminator photo on Facebook. I will have to check that out. I always love good parodies and memes in the morning. We're putting him up on a pedestal. What is... I don't know what that is, Seven, at all. How am I doing today? Doing well. Thank you for asking. Can't believe it's already Friday. Like, that's one thing I will say. Since the channel's picked up the way it has, the weeks go by like they're nothing. You know, Monday is the only day that's kind of slow since I don't go live and I work on videos. But the Tuesday through Friday, it's Friday, and I can't believe it. And then the weekend goes by really fast. So it'll be 2020 before I know it. And finally, like, wow, where'd the last couple of years of my life go? And again, that's not a complaint. I enjoy doing this like you wouldn't believe. I love the live streams. I love the videos, the hangouts, all that stuff. Interaction with you guys. It's great. No complaint. It just is like, where does your life go? Thank God I don't have kids or something. Before you know it, they'd be in high school and, you know, your whole life is just behind you. I bet Dion's waiting for those days where it's like, yep, my kid's old enough and now I can go back to doing what I want. Playing video games naked. I've seen Trigun. I've been to a comic museum. When I was in San Francisco in 2015, Dion, Dan, and I had just landed. We rented our car, and we were driving around San Francisco. We were downtown, actually. And we found some burger place to eat, and then we found a comic museum right a couple blocks over. So we went there. We hung out. I got pictures of it on my own Facebook. We saw animation stills from Batman the Animated Series. That was incredible. They had all kinds of really neat stuff. They even had action figures from the show in display cases. I do love to go look at comic book art. Actually, I did a video when I went to a museum for the Star Wars costumes exhibit here in Cincinnati. That was the first thing a patron ever requested. Kendo Slice, way back when he wasn't a bullshitter, but just a fan. He gave us $25 a month patronage, and I went to the show and I watched it or experienced it and made a video of it. So if you guys haven't checked it out, please do. Tony Alec, do a viewing party of The Wizard of Oz. Or sorry, The Wizard someday, please. Sure. That's something we can do. As long as enough people are, I'll do it. If you request it, I can't give you a start date, but I can add it to the list. Like Chris Jericho said, you just made the list. Corinne Fable, can you snoke a Starkiller base with a muffiner? Muffinlier? What is that? A muffinlier? I don't even know what you're asking. Holy shit. But you can do anything with a muff. Anything is possible with a muff. Thank you, Corinne Fable. Buy Dion's boy a pet horse. Sure, I can do that. They just moved, so where are they gonna put the horse in an apartment? I don't know if they can do that. Come and knock on our muff. We've been waiting for you. God damn it. Hey, Jeff, that's an Australian NSW license plate. What were you doing in Australia? Well, I can't tell you guys that. There are certain parts of my life I have to keep on the DL, but overall, I'm pretty open to tell you what else. Do a viewing with your mom of Freddy Got Fingered. My mom's seen Freddy Got Fingered. She thinks it's stupid. She's like, oh, Tom Green. I don't like him. Yeah, my mom's watched a lot of stupid comedies with me. I know it's a stretch to call Freddy Got Fingered a comedy, but I like it enough. It's one of those movies that I acknowledge it's a piece of shit, but I have fun watching it. The Gungans always frown on anal. God damn. God damn it, Lando. I want to have you write me a list of terrible Star Wars things to say on air. You've lost that muffin feeling, Muff Busters. I do a viewing party of the Rurouni Kenshin live-action movies. We'll do some anime stuff on a Saturday with our friend Army Vet Rod. We'll get him involved, a couple other anime enthusiasts, and we'll talk about the genre, or not the genre, the art form that is anime and manga, all that stuff. I like Japanese. Ooh, yeah, that's what it was. Somebody sent me a terrible comic book panel from a Japanese book. Let me get that pulled up real quick. You guys can look at my car a little while longer. It's so ugly. Oh, there we go. Thank you, John Hoy. My, what have we here? What indeed? Let's go to the Facebook group. I don't like Facebook that much. Their design has changed over the years, and I wish the old stuff would come back. Let's see, photos. Oh, somebody posted the entire Ryan the Boatmaker, which is awesome. Thank you very much. And you know what? I'll look for that comic book panel in a minute. 2 people have drawn a picture of Ethan Van Sciver eating a pie. Press Muff if you'd like me to show you the Ethan Van Piver picture. I would love if we could get Ethan Van Piver on a t-shirt. I'm waiting for the Muff. I guess since everyone just keeps writing Muff, 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 I'll just put it up now anyway. All right, folks. Well, here you go. This is a good way to remember today's episode. Today's episode is brought to you by the word Muff. Why? Because. So there we go. There's Ethan Van Piver. This is a global Muff record. I know. Only on World Class Bullshitters can you get this much Muff this early. It's the only place it's legal, too. Believe me, I know. Crin Fable says, I gotta go, but remember, Lando the Muffinator 9,000 plus. Thank you, Crin Fable, for all your super chats this morning, and thank you for hanging out with us as long as you have. If you got to get to work, have a good one. If you're getting home from work, take a nap. Stanford son, I want the Muff. You can't handle the Muff. So everyone is loving this Ethan Van Sciver image. It's very well done. Grand Inquisitor says, Jeff, you're like 6'6", right? Seems like you need a truck if you want to be more comfortable. Also, I need a working and lurking coffee mug as soon as possible. Fix this, Jeff. Promise you guys, I will fix all of your world-class bullshitters merchandise needs. I just want to do it right. I'm ordering all the stuff. Like I said earlier, I'm getting banners and stuff for the show, and I'm going to order a few, a special printer and a couple other things. I got a heat press here. I'll be making you guys mugs and stuff like that. Before you know it, you'll have your working and lurking mug, your Good Morning Pop Culture mug, your t-shirt, all that stuff. I'm doing it the right way because I did illustration and artwork for many years, and I'm going to present you guys with the best possible designs. I don't want to rush anything into production and be like, hey, it was good for a laugh at once, but that's it. Now I want to be able to produce something people go, that's a good quality mug. I like it. I'm working and lurking. What's Good Morning Pop Culture? You know, it's going to instill questions and get people interested in it. But the Grand Inquisitor, I promise you, you will have one before you realize it. But thank you again. We need a Muff t-shirt. Muff t-shirt's going to happen. It'll just be a plain t-shirt that just says Muff across the chest. And you'll get it. You'll get it. Andrew Pitts, thank you for Super Chat. That should be your icon on the next High Council. All right. Let me, I'll save it after we go off air. Because I'll do it. I won't even tell Ethan about this. I'll just have this pop up. He'll go, what is this? And I'm like, Ethan, one of our fans drew this for you. What's his name? Let me give him the proper respect because I hate sharing stuff and not giving the person credit. This comes from Curtis Hamenda or Hamaneda, I don't know. But also our friend Matthias Bienhacker. God, I'm terrible at names that aren't. I'm just terrible at names right now. Somebody else did draw it first. So both people have done it. We got to give them both credit. This one's in color. I love this. I love this show. You'd buy a Jeff Loves Muff in the Mornings mug? Well, let me write that down. Jeff loves muffs in the morning. That'd be kind of funny. Jeff should just change his name to Muff. What, Muff Hicks? I'm fine with that. I'm glad my last name's not Williams. Muff Williams. It sounds too much like Shia LaBeouf. So what do you guys think of this Ethan Van Piver picture? I love it. It looks like him. They got the Tico shirt. It's a triple XL. He's got the elbow pads. He's eating pie. He's got a Cyberfrog tattoo. It's everything Ethan Van Sciver is, could be, aspires to be. Muff Hicks loves Mitch. You guys are awesome. He needs bigger shoulders. I think he needs a bigger pie. When did this go up? Because this could have been meme winner of the week. When did this go live? 6 hours ago. Yeah, it just missed the window. Weird Al Pacino won meme winner of the week, but this could have probably beat. I don't know if this is a meme. This is going to get a very special mention on next week's show for everyone. And it'll appear on the High Council first because it'll be on Ethan's channel. And he's going to go, what is this? Hello, everyone. This is Ethan. I'm not even going to try to do it right now. I'm just enjoying this too much. Corinne Fable, one more. Can someone draw a Lando the Muffinator, please? Get on that there, folks. Get the Lando the Muffinator out there. Corinne Fable is asking. Get your art featured on World Class Bullshitters. I don't know if Ethan's seen it yet, Tim. All I know is that he's going to see it on the High Council for sure. And I'm going to be talking to those guys to work out the Ryan the Boatmaker video. Like I said, I talked to Subversive Jake. I have the go-ahead from him. I'm going to get everyone involved that's been on the High Council, and we'll do different voices, narration, sound effect, music. It's going to be a whole professional production. Thanks to Subversive Jake for making the greatest piece of art ever. We need a Pando t-shirt. I thought there was one. There's Dong Lover, a pansexual story. Jeff, can we get a meme of the week on Good Morning Pop Culture? Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. Does this count as a meme? Fine, you know what we'll do? I'll pick two. One will go to Good Morning Pop Culture on Fridays, and one will go to World Class Bullshitters on Thursdays. So try to get those memes in there early. All you got to do is make me laugh, and you'll win Meme Winner of the Week. What's going to be nice is as soon as I get all the equipment set up, Meme Winner of the Week, you might win like a free sticker or something. It'll be a nice way to keep you guys hooked on the show. You can win a free exclusive sticker or stuff like that. Yes, there's a Dong Lover t-shirt. Did you not know about that, Tim? Let's see if it's still on Etsy. I used to have it on Etsy. It was an Etsy bestseller, actually. Let's see. View their shop. Yeah, the Dong Lover shirt's still around. Here you go, Tim. I didn't know if you... I guess people didn't know about the Dong Lover. I actually have shirts. I've been doing shirts for many, many years. I actually had a website dedicated. We have Dong Lover. We have the Fempire Strikes Back. We have all kinds of stuff. I just wanted to do it properly for worldclassbullshitters.com, which I own the domain for. It says error. Edit and try again. Oh well, it won't let me send that link, huh? Did I show yours? Well, I'll show yours since you're here in the chat. I did give you a shout out that you drew it first. Let me pull that one up for you. Because yes, you definitely won. You got here first. This one has more accurate thumbs, I think. Here is yours. I love the eyebrow. It's like The Rock. Good morning to you, Trent. We talked about you earlier, my friend. All positivity, I swear. There you go. There's Ethan Van Piver. It was just a granola bar. Yeah, it's just a granola bar. because everyone loves that damn sound effect. Ethan the Great One. Jabroni. Oh, I didn't realize he was wearing a Geeks and Gamers shirt. That caught me off guard. I think he needs a little more fur around the belly button. No, but we're all having a good time. More like a dark age. This is one after the 24/7 High Council. I think people love having fun at Ethan's expense. He's a good dude, though. What I'd like to see is for Ethan to draw one of himself eating the pie. That would be the grand finale of all this stuff. Yeah, Channel Dad Brian Lape has worn his Dong Lover t-shirt. So let's see, what else do we have to cover this morning? Oh, I know what I wanted to share with you guys. Give me a moment to pull it up. Press muff if you have ever enjoyed action figures in your life, because I'm going to show you something that'll make you hate action figures. Let me close some of these massive amount of tabs out and get this thing rolling. Because I joined a Facebook group, and it makes me laugh. I hope you guys enjoy it too. We're going to play a game called What is Wrong, or one of these things is not like the other. Let's see if I can find it right now. Now, as soon as I want to pull it up, I can't remember what the name of the group was. Awkward silence. There it is. Action figure swap. So I joined this group the other day. It's called Action Figure Swap. And what it is, it's where people take action figures, buy them, cannibalize them, and put them in another box and try to return them. So here's a nice, inoffensive one to start out with. What is wrong with this image right here? First one to notice gets a shout out. See ya, Crin Fable. Thank you. So, can you guys tell me what's wrong with this picture right here from this Spider-Man Noir action figure? E.T. the extra muff. Nope, nothing wrong, not at all. There we go. Lots of people are getting it. There we go. So Spider-Man Noir isn't a spider nor a man nor noir enough. Somebody bought Spider-Man Noir and replaced him with a Legacy Edition Power Ranger. See, this is what I do for in my free time. I look at these pictures on Facebook and I laugh. Here is probably the most offensive one, and I don't mean like, you know, oh, I'm offended because it's inappropriate, because that's not how I operate. I'm offended that a damn store would actually accept this one back. I mean, here's the shit kicker. How could anyone be dumb enough to be duped into believing that this image or this figure belongs on store shelves? Magic Bullocks, thanks for super chat. The Red Ranger is Zyg Heiling. Oh, Zyg Heiling. Oh, okay, that's what he's doing. Okay. I guess he was. He's trying to fit in that box that society's constructed for him. The power muffer. There you go. That's a Deadpool. On the box, it says Deadpool. What? This is at a Target. Oh, no, Walmart. Walmart, my bad. Thinking outside the box. Deadpool on steroids. Looks like he wants out of the closet. Giant Deadpool. He needs some Galactus for help. Only 1987. Yeah. What a deal. What a deal. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I saw this the other day and I thought to myself, I think the listeners would really enjoy this. So we'll do one more I won't show a wrestling one because I don't think you people will get the joke on the wrestling one. All right, we're gonna play a game. Press 1 for Colossus or 2 for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Press 1 for Colossus or 2 for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I will wait because they're both gonna make you laugh. 1, 2, both. You know what? I'll just show both. Fine. It's Friday. You guys get a special. It's about equal at this point. So, first off, let's show Obi-Wan Kenobi since this is a very Star Wars centric channel. So, again, we're playing the game. What is wrong with this picture right here? And by right here, I mean this picture right here. And I'll give you guys a second to catch up in the chat. A lot of people are saying, too, you got Obi-Wan first. Don't worry. Waiting to see. Yeah, there we go. Bobino saw it. How did they take this back? How? There's a picture of Ewan McGregor on the box. You'd think a Walgreens employee would know who Obi-Wan Kenobi is. He's a little short for a Jedi. The camera just adds a few inches. I love Game Wars. People actually accept these back, Alex Baker. There we go. I think people are enjoying the shit out of this segment. I'll do this as a weekly thing on Fridays to make Friday the big show of the week. And while you're enjoying the shit out of this, let me pull up one more. This is the one that I was torn about showing because they get an A for effort, I guess. I just wonder why they purchased this action figure first. So let's see. There's that. Peter Dinklage for Dwayne Johnson. Let's see. You ready for the next one, guys? Because this one, as much as you like Obi-Wan Dinklage or Dinklage-Wan Kenobi, I think this is the one that's my favorite of the day. So this is X-Men's Colossus. I'll wait. A lot of people are liking this segment. Okay, all you guys got to do is remind me on Fridays until it becomes habit. Yep, there we go. That is Marvel's Colossus. Oh man, I would never even touch a what's her face action figure, Melissa McCarthy. I see these at the dollar store all the time, and they're not selling even for a whole buck. It's equally terrifying. You're right, John. Ghostbusters, the shitty one. Thank you, Logan Michael. They got ripped off big time. I mean, colossal can be used to describe Melissa, and she's colossally unfunny or colossally untalented. But I would never call her Marvel's Colossus. At least they included the Ghostbusters arms, so if somebody collects the other Marvel Legends Ghostbusters figures, they can build Ronan or Rowan or whatever his damn name is. This would be the worst toy to get for your birthday. I'd be pissed. Like, thanks, Grandma. You really love me, right? Got me a Ghostbuster. I wanted Bill Murray, not Melissa McCarthy. They should have put Leslie Jones in there, too. Well, maybe. This toy company needs to get its muff together. Can't really say she's a Marvel either. Oh, my God. Colossal failure. What's the name of the Facebook group? It is called Action Figure Swap. Oh, somebody replaced Constable Zuvio with a Gamorrean guard. I'll save more for next week, guys. I don't want to spoil the segment. Oh my god, they already have T6 memes out. Let me find some of those. We'll finish the show with some Terminator 6 memes if they're. That's not, the Simple Jack one's good, but we'll save those for next time. Marvel isn't a boys' company anymore. Yeah, they also aren't in the business of making money anymore. If they put shit like this out, Leslie Jones as Bishop. You guys remember that episode of X-Men the Animated Series where Bishop comes back to kill Gambit? Imagine if it's Leslie Jones that comes back to kill Gambit. Mystery Men, Midnight Cherry TV. Is this the only way to get Mystery Men toys out? Yeah, it is. I don't think the market for Flaming Carrot merchandise is very large, but I, for one, would have bought a Captain Amazing action figure, the Bowler, Spleen, Shoveler, even the Waffler, Golden Crispy. Bad guys are history. The LGBT 1000 needs to be a shirt. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Don't give them reboot ideas, Jeff. Kristen Wiig is Nightcrawler. The reason I'm not too mad at Kristen Wiig is based on the rumors she didn't even want to be there. Like, she thought she was getting involved with something else. Because at least Kristen Wiig seems like the type of woman who respects the history of comedy and likes all the classics. I guess Melissa McCarthy just wanted to be an actress, but got into the comedy because it's all she could do. Kate McKinnon, I don't know enough about. And Leslie Jones, not a fan. They could have done the tank van as a vehicle. Leslie Jones is in the running to play Mechagodzilla. Now that's something I'd watch. I'll buy 2 figures, one to open up, one to keep in the box. I'll buy a third one to raffle off here on the channel. Leslie Jones is huge. Oh, well, maybe her and I can share a T-shirt or something. I just don't want to share a T-shirt with her. I don't want to meet her. Don't want to meet her. She's not funny. Yeah. Look, another sack of potatoes. That is true. They do put these women in potato sack costumes. Even the dudes in the classic suits look kind of cool. This one with the orange straps and all this other crap, it's over-engineered. Much like they do Batman in the Arkham games, they've over-engineered it. This is over-engineered. So I think I've seen the enough of this. So let's bump that off the screen and look at all the kazoos here on the channel. God damn it. I really do see kazoos. Ugh. The mental suggestion is strong in that one. I see your muff's as big as mine. Isn't it funny? X-Men's still a term in today's SJW world. Branding. The X-Men is too strong of a brand to just let go away. They tried it a couple years ago, and then the demand for the merchandise was high. And then as someone who does buy Marvel Legends, I can tell you that finding that Cyclops was a nightmare. I had to buy it on Amazon for just $5 more, but still, the X-Men brand holds a lot of weight with people. So if you've noticed, or if you just listen to the show, Marvel Legends is now putting out a lot of exclusive X-Men waves, and the figures are all really good. It almost is worth your while to go buy a complete case of these figures instead of going out to the store and picking the ones you want up. So I want to see the return of an empty Invisible Man package. That's going to be a hard sell there, John. Grand Inquisitor, the exact email address is worldclassbs@mail.com. I'm just going to type it in for you. There you guys go. I typed in the email address for you. Hey, Gerlach, what's up, man? So, we can. What do we want to do for the final 30 minutes of the show? It's been a fantastic episode. We haven't had to go back and talk about Rian Johnson's crap, thankfully. Well, what's his name? Gary Whitta. Die Hard with Leslie Jones. We already saw Die Hard with The Rock, and, well, I didn't see it. Press muff if you went out and saw not Tower Heist, Skyscraper. Press muff if you went out and saw Skyscraper. You picked up the X-Men Legends Dark Phoenix set from Toys R Us before they shut. I wanted to get that, but I didn't see it ever at my local Toys R Us. I really want to get the Rogue figure as well as Jean Grey, but they're really expensive. They're $50 to $90 on an action figure. no action figures worth $90 unless it's, SH Figure Arts or Figma or something high end like that. I can drop money on those, but a basic Marvel Hasbro figure, $20, maybe $25. I'll even buy it used without the accessories for $20. So Cyclops was a total dork. His power set is lame, but I love his costume, and that figure was so hard to find. The Jim Lee Cyclops suit is amazing to me. Little mini leather jacket, and you can have the 90s X-Men right on your shelf. Disney doesn't have to do a PG Die Hard. The Rock beat them to it. Oh, that saddens me that The Rock made Tower. God, it's not Tower Heist. It's Skyscraper. I'm sorry. I'm not even doing that as a bit. I honestly keep wanting to say Tower Heist. Did anybody here see Tower Heist? I thought that was going to be a return to form for Eddie Murphy. When I kept seeing the trailer years ago, I was like, oh man, Tower Heist. Eddie Murphy's going to be back and funny, and Beverly Hills Cop 4 is going to happen. And here we are. It's 2018. Eddie Murphy has made no good movies since 1999. So I was wrong. Do I think Transformers combiners are worth the high price? If you're a Transformers fan, go for it. I think some of the higher end Transformers that don't come from Hasbro are cool, like the Takara ones or Tomy or whatever, whoever makes them. The stuff's neat. It's just really not for me. So if you care about it, get this stuff while you can, because the way collecting goes nowadays, if you don't buy it when you have the chance, it goes into the secondary market and it jumps up in price. Star Wars stuff, you don't need to worry about, because there's a stink on Star Wars stuff right now. You can find anything at retail price for Star Wars. And you can even order it online early if you have to and pay an extra $3. But it's never going to go away where it's like, oh man, I can't find that Shore Trooper or whatever the thing is from Solo. I see 10 of those a week when I go out looking at stuff. So don't worry about that. But if you're into other brands, pick up your shit early, because you're not going to see it again. Grendel Fan 84 says, you and I both worked for Neil Adams, and I think we can agree that Neil's Cyclops design is one of the best, if not the best. It's a good design. He did the full blue suit with the yellow and the red trunks, right? Or was trunks red? Or were they yellow? I don't have that action figure. I'm going to still go with Jim Lee 100%. I like the pouches and the straps and all that stuff. I'm a Jim Lee. You know what? Let's pull up a reference for everyone that keeps hearing us say Jim Lee X-Men, Jim Lee this, Jim Lee that. You know what? Let's actually see what the Jim Lee X-Men look like. That is X-Men. Now, I prefer the John Byrne X-Men as well. Or not prefer, but I like the John Byrne X-Men as well. Here's a pretty good image from Jim Lee X-Men. In many ways, it's just the cartoon, and that's why I enjoy it. But even to this day, it still holds up. Okay, that image doesn't want to show up for me because I'm not on Etsy. Or not Etsy, Pinterest. Here we go. Here's an updated version of the image, a recolored one. So the artwork is... but the coloring is a little more modern for everyone out there. So let's look at that. I do love talking about the comic book stuff. Can't wait to do mine. This drawing. There we go. So here's the Jim Lee X-Men. I prefer this Cyclops right here. No, I do not have a Detroit Lions jacket. I wish. I'm going to buy one day. I just got to go put it on. But yeah, this is my X-Men right here. Maybe it's because of, my age, but I just love that, the breaking up of the suit. Now, Neil Adams Cyclops, let's see what he looks like so I can talk about it with you, Grendel fan. That design is great, and I love it. I just prefer... I guess it is Neil Adams' design. I always think of John Byrne, though, when I see that. John Byrne X-Men is so good, though. If you're out there like, I don't get what you guys are talking about, Google John Byrne X-Men, Google Jim Lee X-Men, Neil Adams X-Men. There's just so much good X-Men art out there. It's kind of sad that X-Men isn't the franchise it once was. It used to be the, the biggest thing in comics, and now it's kind of like, let's just use it as a platform for garbage. Richard, you missed a hell of a show this morning, my friend. You'll definitely want to catch this one on the replay for sure. Nicholas Glenn, thank you for your super chat. Check out the Toy Chasers on YouTube. Okay. I need something to do this afternoon when I'm done sending out my stuff. Let's see. People are saying they love Dave Cockrum X-Men, Andy Kubert X-Men. I'm so glad that people have a preference for who drew X-Men, because I could sit and talk about comic book artists all day, every day. I'm being honest. Joel and I have had discussions about John Byrne's Superman and why it's the best, why it's not the best, this, that, and the other. Did I like the Wolverine and the X-Men cartoon? It was okay. I saw a couple episodes, but that came out when I was in college. And the only cartoons I ever watched in college that were new were Spectacular Spider-Man and Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Other than that, I was busy drinking, partying, and doing stuff. So, and my white Toyota Camry. I was the coolest dude on campus with my Dead Kennedys t-shirt and my white Camry. I was the man. Said no one ever. Yeah, lots of John Byrne love too. You know, folks, I don't usually try to get you out to go out and buy stuff, but if you have a chance, go read the Dark Phoenix saga. It's a trade paperback from Marvel. Get yourself a used copy if you don't want to feed the machine that is Marvel Disney. But it's a great story. Chris Claremont, John Byrne. Art's great, story's great. You're not going to get much better of an X-Men story out there. And yes, I did watch the Spider-Man show on MTV back in the day religiously. Funny enough, ties into Terminator. The first episode debuted the night I saw Terminator 3 at the drive-in. So I watched Terminator and Charlie's Angels, and I came home and I watched Spider-Man. And I liked that show. I've watched it all the way through about 4 or 5 times. It was a cool concept to continue the movie through a cartoon. And it wasn't even really adult-oriented. I mean, it worked for everybody. What was I, 13 going on 14? I was mature enough for it. Nothing on MTV was really that mature, if you know what I mean. Grendel-fan84, thank you for your super chat. We can order any of these great X-Men stories. Contact Comics Elite. Yeah, contact Comics Elite. I watch your live streams. And definitely contact those guys because they're going to have a knowledge of all the other great X-Men stories that are out there. Maybe you want, God Loves, Man Kills, or maybe you want to get yourself the Days of Future Past story arc, which really is just 2 issues, but there's a trade paperback of it. There's all kinds of stuff you can get at Comics Elite. So just read comics, read the classic stuff. Understand why people like Ethan and I love the genre, the medium, and want it to be what it used to be, just good storytelling and not overrun with stupidity. What's a drive-in? Cesare Japan, you're going to ask me what a rerun is next. You know what a drive-in was. And I say was. We may have one somewhere around here. Drive-ins are fun for the summer. Get a whole group of people. Now they'd be more fun as an adult because I get drunk and go and drink and watch movies outside. Whew. That sounds fun. They have a Kraven the Hunter movie in the works? Ew. Ew. Ugh. No, thank you. No, thank you. Well, if you're a trucker and you need some long audio, you can always listen to our back catalog where we stream on Podbean, and we put a ton of our old back content on there as well. So if you don't want to leave your YouTube app open, we're on iTunes. Just look World Class Bullshitters up on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio. We're everywhere. You Google, find us. Wow. Very big super chat from Mongo Ventura. Thank you very much. If you haven't yet, I'd recommend checking out Fresh Vinyl Reviews on YouTube. They review X Plus Godzilla products and other similar types of figures. Mr. Fresh Vinyl is hilarious and knows a lot about Godzilla. Well, let me check that out real quick right now. What is that called? Fresh Vinyl Reviews. I'll put that in my searched thing so that way I can... There we go. Fresh Vinyl Reviews. For some reason, my internet wants to act stupid. There we go. I have subscribed to the channel now. I'm going to watch some stuff. I love toy videos. A lot. I was watching Toy Galaxy this morning. So, good for them. Oh, man. This guy's got a ton of Godzilla stuff. I do need a Godzilla figure for my collection. So, maybe I'm going to take his advice and get one that he recommends. Are we still muffing it up, everyone? God damn it. I'll just accept the muff. I mean, I accepted the muff a long time ago, but I'll accept it here on the channel. Ew, with Rob Zombie as the lizard. Ugh. What the hell is Sony, or why the hell is Sony announcing random movies? They should wait to see how well Venom does. That's true. They were trying to do a Venom movie earlier. Remember when the Bond people wanted to do a Jinx spinoff? That never happened because Halle Berry was a hot ticket back in the early 2000s after her Oscar award-winning performance in Monsters Ball. Yeah, Catwoman killed that shit. Her career has been nothing for the last 15 years, something like that. Jeff the People's Muff. I'm fine with that. But no, Sony and their Spider-Verse, they're just going to fall on their faces flat. Venom may do some early business, but it probably won't have the legs because we live in an Avengers era where if you don't live up to the Avengers quality, you're going to fail miserably. Look at Justice League. Justice League doesn't have anything on the Avengers, and it failed. I thought Justice League was just okay. Not good, but not garbage either. And Venom isn't looking to be much better. I don't expect that to blow anyone away. You'll have your IGNs and your Comics Explained channels and stuff talking about Venom and why it's great, because IGN is essentially an advertisement. That's all they are. It's just one big ad. They hide under the guise of, we're video game journalists and we like what you like. But they're just advertising underneath it all. Crin Fable says, I'm back. Can you give a simple define muff? Our favorite word on World Class Bullshitters. Like if there was a Jeopardy game, the preferred phrase of World Class Bullshitters, what is muff? That is correct. Turbo Donk, thank you for your generous super chat. On my way up to Wisconsin for a race this weekend, I'll be passing through Chicago for lunch. Which pizza joint would you recommend? Thanks. Love the channel. Great listening on the long drive. Well, thank you, Turbo Donk, for choosing World Class Bullshitters for your long drive. And thank you for asking me about my choice in pizza. Lumalnati's is an excellent choice. I really like that pizza. Now, I know some people tell me that this one's touristy, but I like Giordano's. I like a lot of the Chicago pizza. Vicino's was great. Lumalnati's, Vicino's, Giordano's are my three choices for you. Google whatever you're closest to and just get the biggest pizza you can. And I know this sounds gross, but even if you have it get kind of cold in the car after you've eaten it, when the cheese hardens a bit, it's still delicious. My aunt took me to go see U2 3 years ago. It was 4th of July, 2015. And she wanted to go to Gino's East. And we went to Gino's East, and it was delicious. I love their pizza as well. And we ordered so much that we took it back to the hotel. And I remember coming back from U2, and we had already gone to dinner, but this was leftover lunch, and I had to eat more pizza because Chicago pizza, you can't get that here in Cincinnati. Yeah, there's an Uno chain up in Union Center Boulevard off of that highway exit, but it's not anything like that. I kind of wish I was with you right now, Turbo Dunk, because we would be eating pizza and talking about, everything. So I hope your race goes well, and I hope whoever wins just for you. But thank you for choosing us on your long drive, and hopefully on your way home we'll have something pretty good for you to listen to too. Mr. Thanatos 101 sent in £2. Thank you again, Mr. Thanatos. No message, but I still appreciate you. Grindlefan84 says, when you're here in Indy, if you're down for it, we can go to the best deep dish place in the city. Ooh. I'm holding you to that, dude. Now, hopefully they deliver, or we can get takeout, because the guys and I have stuff we have to film at the hotel. That's one thing a lot of people don't realize about World Class Bullshitters, is that we're all best friends, but we don't see each other very often. I see Dion 4 times a year. I see Nick once a year. Kendo maybe twice a year. So this is going to be one of those types of things, because we have a lot of channel work to do. When we last hung out, the channel only had about 25,000 subscribers. So we've gained about 50 since seeing each other last. And that's a lot of new people. So there weren't even live streams back then. Now we've integrated and changed and done all kinds of new stuff. So we're definitely going to take you up on that pizza offer. We just want to bring it back so we can drink a lot and eat it. That's another example, or another reason. Again, Mr. Thanatos, thank you for your super chat. No message, but still I appreciate it. We're still talking about Muff. Dude, I want pizza now. Well, Ninja, I always want pizza. Pizza is maybe my favorite food. Ooh, I got to take care of myself tonight. I think I might get pizza. Well, Chipotle sounds good after the gym. I'll be smart. Mr. Thanatos 101. I've been reading Moonshine by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso. It's a great comic set in the Prohibition era. Loads of great comics out there. Well, let me write that one down because I'm going to take your advice, Moonshine. Azzarello. Okay. There are. It's not all Marvel and DC. Hell, even some of the DC stuff isn't complete garbage. I enjoyed Action Comics number 1000. I liked the covers. I'm happy that they brought the classic Superman back. There's a lot of good stuff out there that just isn't reaching, what it needs to be or who it needs to reach. There's great artists out there too, but they don't want to pay them. These people want to put out these stupid bankrupt stories, so they know they're not going to make money, so they get crappy artists, and it all is just cyclical. That's why this stuff is dumb and failing. Let's see who else. I will check that out though. I'll probably have some time on Sunday morning to read comics. I used to get up when I was doing art full time on Saturdays, and I would do a little drawing warm up and then read some comics and then have breakfast. That's how dedicated I was. I still am dedicated. I just need to get back into that thing. But thank you again, Mr. Thanatos. Crin Fable, thank you. Sad two pizza places where I am in Barrow, Alaska. Muff. Yeah, AK is Alaska, right? Yeah, because AR is Arkansas. There's only two pizza places where you're from. I guess I have no room to complain. But I will say this. All the local mom and pop pizza places were shut out or put out of business, essentially, by a place by me called La Rosa's, which is a local pizza chain, but it's so popular that it's become more widely consumed than your average Domino's or Pizza Hut or Papa John's around me. Everybody gets La Rosa's, La Rosa's, La Rosa's, La Rosa's. Only thing that sucks is I hate the food at La Rosa's. The pizza's real meh. It doesn't have much of an identity outside of a weird smell to it. Their other food's okay, but I wouldn't call it authentic Italian. It's like the what's the place I'm thinking of? It's like Fazoli's, but more expensive. But it's here locally made. It hasn't expanded outside of the city or the state. It's just really popular. I don't like it. So if you've been to La Rosa's and you're in the Midwest, well, you know what's up. But I can't complain. Grendelfan84, thank you very much again. Try the Azzarello and Risso Flashpoint Batman run. I might have read that back in the day, Grendelfan, because when Flashpoint was going on, Joel and I would go to the comic book store and we'd each buy different Flashpoint books. Then we go to the coffee shop next door. We each get a coffee, and then we'd read our comics and then switch. I'd read his, he'd read mine. I read a lot of Marvel stuff. He was reading a lot of DC, but there were certain books, like we both bought Flashpoint, the miniseries itself properly. And then there was the Batman one where Martha Wayne, I won't even tell you about that one. Excuse me. Martha! Yeah, it was about her. Go check it out if you haven't, folks. It's a really good read. I liked it. Crin Fable, thank you again. Barrow is at the top of Alaska. Next stop, a pole. Now, were you born there, or did you go there for work? Did your family move you? I've always wondered about the people that live in these remote places. It's I may live in Ohio, but I live in an area that has pretty much everything, so I'm very fortunate. The only thing we don't have is an In-N-Out burger and a Shake Shack to make me happy. What's the next watch party? I don't know when or where, what it's going to be. I know on Sunday the guys and I are getting together to record some Patreon stuff because we're a little behind. We'll get a good watch party rolling. I want to get Terminator, and we have our friend the NVSK that wants to join us for that one. I don't know, maybe Saturday night if I got nothing going on, I'll float an idea of something out there. Maybe I'll have a guest or two on. We got American Psycho coming up when our patron Trent as well as the bullshitters can all be there. So just be on the lookout. Stay glued to our social media and our Facebook, and we'll let you guys know. Claw Stork, good morning. Good morning. If you're ever in Houston, we'll hit up some Mexican restaurants. I'm holding you to that one, Claw Stork. Now, I haven't been to Houston since 2009. I was in Dallas in 2016, and we went to Velvet Taco, which was very, very good. We also ate an In-N-Out burger 3 times, which is always very, very good. But I'm going to hold you to that. In all honesty, folks, if we're ever in the area that you're in and you want to tell us about good places to eat and join us, please do, because we'll go have a meal, we'll shoot the shit, talk about entertainment. Hell, we'll review it on the show and have you on the episode with us. Remember, Claw Stork, I'm holding you to that, and good morning again to you. Oh man, we are still going hard at the muff. Let's see, King Eric. So speaking of pizza, we might have mentioned this before. We have a type of pizza over here called Batman Kebab with ham. Really nice pizza. Totally worth giving it a try. Okay. Well, if I'm ever in your part of the world, I will definitely try Batman pizza. Anything. I'll try pretty much anything that's called Batman once, except Batman himself. Come to Salem, Massachusetts. We have a Greek-themed sci-fi pizza place called Flying Saucer Pizza. Geek-themed, sorry. Only reason I said Greek is because when I lived in Michigan, we had a place called Bell's Greek Pizza. So when I see that, boom. I would love to eat at Flying Saucer Pizza. Crin Fable, born in Anchorage, grew up in Sitka. Okay. I know Anchorage, Alaska. Never been to Alaska. Never been to Hawaii. There's I think I haven't been to 4 or 5 states. Obviously, Hawaii and Alaska are 2 of them. But I'm glad World Class Bullshitters reach us that far up, so you can enjoy us. Is it warm or is it cold up in Alaska right now? I don't know how the Earth works. It's not flat, right? That's what I've been told. Man, I gotta go there in October. Well, this October will be full up with all kinds of Schlocktoberfest stuff. Cadmium Red, you missed the story this morning. Well, Gary Whitta, the co-writer of Rogue One, basically praised Rian Johnson for being so brave, yet attacked the fans, and was an asshole about it. Do I still have the page up? No, I shut the page out. I'll share that with you guys on the Facebook page a little bit after we go off air, so you guys can read it for yourselves and realize what a douche nozzle Gary Whitta is. But Cadmium Red, if you just showed up, here's something you might want to see. This is for everyone who showed up to the party late. There we go. All Out of Bubblegum, thank you again for your super chat. Now I have to buy a new tablet, so that's it possible. Wait, I have to buy a new tablet now so that it's possible for me to view the next watch party. Why do you do this to me? Because we're terrible, terrible, evil, evil people. No, but All Out of Bubblegum, I can't wait to do the They Live watch party. I love They Live. Met Roddy Piper once. Nice guy. Trust me, when it comes to the Carpenter stuff, we're going to be a little more... first off, we'll be a little drunk, so that'll be fun. We'll go into the deeper aspects of Carpenter as a filmmaker and have one of those discussions because we care about John Carpenter movies. Yeah, people are loving this. Dude, the Earth is totally flat with a firmament and everything. Look into it, Eddie Bravo. So what do you guys have planned for this weekend? Are there any big movies coming out? I can't even think of what's hitting the box office. Last week was Mission Impossible. Let me look up what's this week at the box office. Maybe we'll take bets on what, Oh, I would say coming, not comic. Movie releases. So let's see. Upcoming releases. What's coming out this weekend? Am I going to go to a movie? Probably not. So let's see. This weekend doesn't look like much of anything's coming out. Next weekend, you got Dog Days, The Meg, Slenderman, or Slenderman, depending on who you are. Yeah, this is a light weekend. Okay, has anyone seen Axel, like the poster or the trailer for it? Because I saw this earlier, and I even took a screenshot of it. This looks like the worst fucking movie I've ever seen. And I'm not trying to shit on a movie before it comes out, but here, let me pull up the image. This, I got Axl Rose instead. Ew. God, he looks rough. He looks like a dog. Kids, don't do drugs. That's all I can say. Axl Rose is a cautionary tale. Actually, I'm not here to preach. I don't even like Guns N' Roses that much. I like Welcome to the Jungle. That's a cool song. So, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because this looks like the dumbest movie that's coming soon. I don't want to, I hope it doesn't flop because that'd be a dick thing to say. Check this out. Have you guys seen this poster or the trailer for Axel? This is a real movie. This looks like Transformers, but like My Dog Skip the Transformer. Grando Fan 84, thank you for your super chat. Comics Elite will be doing live sales every night. Well, I know you guys are going to knock it out of the park because you guys are a good comic book store. I'll bring some cash. I'll see what's up at the Horror Hound. Maybe I'll find something cool. Let's see. Poor Axel. Axel Rose ain't that poor, my friend. Sweet muff of mine. What the hell is this shit? This is a movie called Axel, AXL. Man's best friend has evolved. It looks like the dumbest movie ever. Like I said, I took a screenshot a while ago. Let's see. Axl Rose never did drugs. He just got fat and paranoid and had crazy OCD. Everyone else in GNR was an insane addict. Okay. Well, like I told you guys, I don't really like Guns N' Roses. I like Welcome to the Jungle, and that song from Terminator 2 is all right. But not a fan at all. This is the LGBT 1000s dog. It's Zister, if you will, says Bonobi. No, thank you. Yeah, I agree. This looks dumb. The Meg, even though I hate sharks, I'd rather watch The Meg over watching this. This looks too stupid, too try hard. That kid looks like Taylor Kitsch, and we all remember what happened to Taylor Kitsch. Everyone forgot he ever existed. Muff's best friend has evolved. Really? I don't know if humans can evolve that quickly. Love Rowdy and It's Always Sunny. Oh, man. Yeah, the Maniac. The Maniac loves you, kid. Oh, my God, dude. When It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia comes back, I'll talk about it each week on the Good Morning Pop Culture. Because I got a way to watch them online. But then again, I do buy all the stuff afterwards, so I don't feel too guilty. Oh, wait, it's going to be on Hulu this year. I'll just watch it on Hulu the next day. When does The Meg come out? Next week. The Meg hits, was that the 10th? So that'll be Jason Statham's next film. Dion was going on about how much he hates it already. And I hate sharks. So I said, we need to make a movie called, what would be like Clydesdale, The Clyde. And it's about a giant Clydesdale horse that's attacking people in Michigan. And like the whole movie is like one of those old Godzilla flicks where like Dion's the human character and the Clyde is coming after him. And so like you'll hear a vibration and he'll go to a different part of Michigan and it just starts attacking. And then the movie ends with the Clyde finding Dion. And he just goes, so this is how I die. And then he nods and then you hear a nay, and then boom, it ends. Looks like Justin Bieber. I'd watch the Clyde. I'm glad people would watch the Clyde. Not Michigan. I live there, yo. Well, B-Dad, I'm not trying to hurt you or your family. Dion lives in Michigan. I've lived in Michigan. The Clyde has to find Dion. The Clyde finds a way. Cesario Japan. Does Dion hate seahorses? Thank you, Cesario Japan. I'm sure Dion hates anything with the word horse in it. I really, really, really want to get Dion super drunk, and then we drive out to a horse farm, and he wakes up the next morning in a nice bed outside surrounded by horses. Or mannequins would be more fucked up. The psychological terror would be unbearable for my best friend. Don't tell mom the muff sitter's dead. Ooh, I like that title. The Meg. Jason Statham goes muff diving. I like it. I like all of it. Hey, Jeff, what's Harrison Ford's job in your comic? If he's a bus driver, you can call it Get Off My Bus. Have you ever seen the movie where Harrison Ford plays a muff driver? Where Harrison Ford plays a bus driver directed by one of his sons. It's a real thing. You can check it out on Google. Crin Fable. Heat wave 68 Fahrenheit for 2 days. Summer is normal 30 Fahrenheit. Oh, I'm so sorry that your summers are, well, at least you're enjoying 68 degrees. We had like 100-degree days here in Ohio for a little bit, and I was just bitching the whole time. And now, it's not that bad. It hasn't rained in a while, so my grass is dead. I haven't had to cut it in like a month, which is beautiful because I hate yard work. But that's a story for another episode. So, folks, this concludes another week of Good Morning Pop Culture. We had a lot of fun. 4 days in a row, 4 excellent shows. Thanks to all the wonderful listeners out there who made it possible, who stuck with me the entire time. I don't know exactly what's going on this weekend with World Class Bullshitters. There may be something. If there is, I'll let you guys know plenty of time in advance so you can get your popcorn and your candy and listen to us talk and bullshit. So for everyone at work today who's out there working and lurking, thank you for enjoying us at work. If you're on the road, going somewhere, getting pizza, going to a race, whatever you're doing, thank you for listening to World Class Bullshitters Good Morning Pop Culture. If you need to contact the show, the email address is worldclassbs@mail.com, thebestmail.com. And you can find us on Twitter and Facebook, or even on Instagram. Nick uses the Instagram. I don't know. So thank you to everyone, all the kind words. Goodbye to everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Sleep in. Don't do shit unless you have to. And if you have to, well, put it off. Get it done early. Then you can enjoy your weekend muff style. Oh, Crin Fable says it changed in 2 hours. Damn, the weather went from 68 to 30 in 2 hours? Oof. So it's like I'm going to wear a parka and then sweatpants or a pair of shorts. I wear shorts in the winter. I'm like that. Thank you again, Crin Fable. And I think your icon is Master Chief, so that's pretty cool. Thank you, John Harrison. Rarely online weekends, but look forward to next Tuesday. Good luck on your granny and her doctor appointment. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. Grandma's not sick. She just has to get a checkup, so everything's good with her, but thank you for your concern. I'll let you guys know on Tuesday. Everything will be fine, and I'll be back then. So get excited. And if you guys have any ideas or things you want to pitch or have us talk about on Good Morning Pop Culture, you just shoot me an email, and I can make that happen. So, yes, goodbye to everyone. Enjoy your weekends. Eat all the pie you can, and stay warm in your muffs.